Self-spreading vaccine, also known as transmissible or self-propagating vaccines, are generally engineered to move through populations in the same way as communicable diseases, but rather than causing a disease, they confer protection. That's what they're telling you. They're getting ready to push the poison in your arm one more time with the bird flu pandemic that they're preparing. I'm going to show you how they're going to push that poison in your arm. It's not going to be the way you're thinking. Nobody's going to be forcing you. It's going to be self-spreading juice. Self-spreading juice. And I'll show you that in a while. Before we get into that, let's listen to this Bill Gates funded buffoon and what he has to say, because he has
why
a
we
lot
need to
to
care
say.
about this stuff, Nicole, is that we have some big picture stuff coming down the pike starting on January 21st. Mr. Bloomberg mentioned H5N1. That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north. It's getting into the poultry. We're seeing sporadic human cases, no human-to-human transmission yet, but that could happen. It's in the cattle, it's in the milk, and that's just the beginning. We have another major coronavirus likely brewing in Asia, and there's more.
You've listened to that Bill Gates funded buffoon, and he knows a lot. He knows a lot of stuff that's going to be taking place very, very soon. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video speaking about the bird flu pandemic and preparation for the bird flu pandemic, and everybody said I was just conspiracy. But look at what they had going on in October. They had a bird flu summit, an international bird flu summit. Wednesday the 2nd October, Thursday the 3rd October, Friday the 4th of October. What was on the agenda? Global Influenza Surveillance Network delivering vaccine and antiviral medication. Current and emerging approaches in vaccine development, advancement in avian influenza vaccine strategies, vaccine optimization and equitable access, strengthening antiviral medication and distribution systems, and enhancing global surveillance networks for timely response. That is what took place in early October, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Gotta pay careful attention now because I'm gonna get into something very, very crazy. So that's early up in September, in October. Then you had this happening on the 22nd of October, where you had the New York Health and Hospitals held a multi-agency exercise to test the health system's ability to care for patients with H5N1 and prevent additional exposure. What is H5N1? Same bird flu. The exercise underscores our commitment to ensuring that our health system is prepared to respond to infectious diseases threats, including H5N1, who led the exercise and is the Chief Biopreparedness Officer at New York Health and Hospitals. While the current risk to the general public is low, that's what they said, these preparations or preparedness efforts are critical to testing protocols and maintaining high levels of readiness. So they were having an exercise for bird flu pandemic. That's what they did. So they had a conference on how they're going to put that juice in your arm. Then they had an exercise on how they're going to handle patients coming in with the bird flu during the pandemic. And then just before the end of November, early December, here's what came out in the Daily Mail. Ex-Baltimore health official Leanna Wynn sparks uproar calling for what? Bird flu vaccine. So they're setting up the base. A former Baltimore health official sparked backlash after she asked Joe Biden to authorize bird flu vaccines before leaving office. Leanne Wen, the ex-commissioner for Baltimore's health department, said on the Face the Nation that Biden should do as much as he can to battle the avian influenza outbreak during the last days of his president. Remember the Bill Gates funded buffoon that was speaking in the video before? Remember he said that they were testing many things, and on January 21st things will be happening. They're going down. So first I talked about the agenda. Second, I talked about the exercise they were having. Then you hear this ex-health officials talking about bringing the bird flu, the vaccine. And then here we go. On the 11th of December, while they try to distract us with the drones in America, here's what they placed in the Federal Register: the 12th Amendment to Declaration under the Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act for medical countermeasures against COVID 19. Do we still have COVID? No, we don't. But they're continuing that. It was posted on the 11th of December 2024. It says the Secretary issues this amendment to pursuant of the Public Health Service Act to extend the duration of the declaration to December 31st, 2029, and to republish the declaration in full. The amendment is effective as of when? January 1, 2025. Be prepared because they're coming with the new pandemic. I'm showing you the steps they're taking. So it's already in the Federal Register. So anytime they're ready, it's there. And it comes into effect January the 1st, 2025, which was when? Yesterday. Amendment is now set. All right? So now you're going to ask me the question, how are they going to vaccinate you? Well, check this out. How are they going to put that juice in your let me show you something. What do you see here? John Hopkins, Bloomberg School of Public Health. What do they have here? See this? Drones, human beings, vaccination, diseases. Looks good, right? Let's get into that right now. I'll tell you what they're planning for all of us. Because now they really won't have to, go around and give you any kind of, here's what they're going to do. Drone network for environmental detection. So drones are unmanned vehicles typically associated with aircraft, but terrestrial, aquatic, and subaquatic vehicles exist as well that can be directly controlled by a remote operator operated autonomously using pre-programmed instructions. They are best known for military applications, including aerial reconnaissance or weapons system. But drone technology also extends to civilian, recreational, and commercial applications. But here's the part. For example, they can be used to collect air and water samples to monitor the environment to detect emerging events such as aerosol biological attack or potentially catastrophic change to environmental ecosystems. Drones are already used to monitor air and water quality, but can be fitted with what? Autonomous sample collection and analysis technologies like real-time PCR and sequencing platforms. Note the word real-time PCR and sequencing platforms. So drones are going to be used. How are they going to be used? Let's get to that part now. You need to really see this. This is just absolutely crazy. So let's get into the part how they're going to put that juice in your hands. Here we are. Self-spreading vax. Get ready for it. Self-spreading vaccine, also known as transmissible or self-propagating vaccines, are generally engineered to move through populations in the same way as communicable diseases, but rather than causing a disease, they confer protection. That's what they're telling you. The vision is that a smaller number of individuals in target population could be vaccinated, and the vaccine strain would then circulate in the population, much like a pathogenic virus. These vaccines could dramatically increase vaccine coverage in human or animal population without requiring each individual to be what? Inoculated. Here's what they said. This technology is currently aimed primarily at animal populations because most infectious zoonotic controlling diseases in the populations. But it would also reduce the risk to humans. There are two main types of cell-spreading vaccines: recombinant vector vaccines and light viral vaccine. You get it? So you don't need to put anything in your hand or call you to a hospital or tell you you have to go take it. They're just gonna use the drones, self-spreading vax. So here is Mr. Goody Two Show saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this for the population. I love to protect my people." He gets it, and they use the drone, and he gets it, and then he just passed it on to the other one, and then he just passes it on to the other one. So you don't have to run down anybody. They can get the numbers that they want. He says the most practical and useful application of self-spreading vaccines will be to control disease spread in wild animal populations. The vaccine will be administered to a few selected animals in the hotspot among target populations, including non-human primates, bats, or rodents. The vaccine would then spread with the target population, eliminating the need to successfully vaccinate each animal. Successful disease control in animal populations could limit the number of infected animals and thereby reduce the opportunity for the disease to spill over into humans. That's what they're saying. Such a strategy would reduce the overall number of outbreak opportunities in humans, but it could not interrupt an outbreak once it becomes established in humans. In the event of a grave public health, listen to the words, in the event of a grave public health threat, self-spreading vaccines could potentially be used to broadly inoculate human populations. The approach in animals, only a small number of vaccinated individuals will be required in order to confer the protection to a larger susceptible population, thus eliminating the need for mass vaccination operation, including PODS. Guys, keep your eyes and your ears peeled to what's making sense. They're coming with another one, and this is how they plan to vaccinate you. There, I said it. Vaccinate. If they want to remove the video, that's their damn business. So that's where it's at. Self-spreading vaccine coming soon. Keep your eyes and ears peeled open because they're coming with another pandemic. That's how they're going to be doing it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so others can join this community.